Hey everybody, I'm back. And it is the unofficial start of fall because football season has started, so I'm very excited for that. But the world is completely insane, as we all know. Now, I am not a very God-fearing man. I believe in God, I have my own beliefs, as everybody does. But I find it really weird that as TikTok grows, as YouTube grows, as Gen Z starts developing, we're getting more and more of a trans population. Now, if you believe in God, you really think God made this many mistakes? I mean, is it really possible that he said, you know what? I'm just going to completely blow the lid off of Gen Z and make mistake after mistake after mistake. I'm just trying to figure out if this pineapple lemonade truly is a mistake. Here we go. Ooh, not really sure. I like this one. But I'll drink it. Who knows? Maybe I'll like it by the end of this video. Now, the drunken hag, Nancy Pelosi, has raised their head back up from the liquor store. They probably ran out of Tito's or whatever. So she ran back out and she is running again. She is running again at the age of 84. And by the time her term is over, she's going to be 88. She said, I'm still sharp as a tack. Now, once again, the Democrats always talk about the believing in science. I am somewhat of an expert in some type of brain function. It's my area of expertise. God only knows how. Mine doesn't work properly. So, as you age, your brain function it decreases. It's just science. Let's not believe that science. So you're sharp as a tack, 84-year-old. Isn't as sharp as a tack as your 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old. Now you throw the alcohol on there. That's, makes it even worse. She went on to say that these Republicans and these people are coming after me and Dianne Feinstein. Dianne Feinstein's 90 years old. She's in a wheelchair. She gave the power of attorney to her daughter. She can't make any decisions. But yet, she's in Congress, sitting on the Senate, holding his seat because the Democrats don't want to let it go. They don't want to let it go because they'll lose her seat on the Judiciary Committee. That's why. But if they were men, nobody would say anything. Listen, I'm the first guy. We need Mitch McConnell out of there. He's about 700 years old. He looks like Voldemort from Harry Potter. He keeps getting stands like this up there and just forgets where he is. He's not right. He's about 1,000 years old. Get rid of him too. There should be term limits and age limits. I know it has to be a constitution thing, an amendment, and they're not going to do it because it's all about power. It's not about public service. It's about power. Being a politician and being in politics were never supposed to be a lifetime job. It wasn't supposed to be a profession. Speaking of Pelosi, California, once again, many times they said if a tidal wave came and got rid of the whole damn state, I don't think we'd lose much. That's just my opinion. But they passed a bill, and it's Bill CA-55 or something like that makes it illegal. Illegal. It makes it illegal against the law to confront looters, robbers, and burglars. Burglar's such a funny word. I just think of the black and white McDonald's guy, the Hamburglar. But it's illegal to confront them. How about we dress their illegal activity? No. It is now a crime punishable by a fine and or jail time to confront someone in a store committing a crime, robbing that store. First of all, it's going to knock so many small businesses out of business. I'm surprised it hasn't already. But why would anybody pay for anything? Hell, I'd just be walking in like, yeah, need this, bring a duffel bag. In New York, we got our own bags anyway. Just throw everything and walk out. Say, thanks a later. See you, man. Can't do a damn thing. Can you imagine? But that may not be the one to take a cake. There was a gender-conforming bill for children that if the parent does not recognize their child's gender conformation, gender therapy, whatever it is, that child can be removed from the parents, starting at the age of infancy. Oh, this is a rough one, man. This is a rough one. So I don't know what's going on in California, but there should be a mass exodus. Let all the liberals go to California And the normals will have the rest of the country. We'll have 49 states. I mean, it's probably the best thing for everybody. Man, just, put a wall up. That's where we need the wall, between California and the rest of the states, not Mexico. Come on. I mean, Trump had it all wrong. Should have been a border wall in California. Oh, man. Speaking of football, John Fetterman was back in the news last week, and he got up and he's like, yeah, it's football season. Those Eagles, they're better than the Eagles. The man really needed help. He didn't need to be a senator. He needed to get his brain back working after the depression, the mental health. Oh, and the stroke. Can you imagine that? They just propped this guy up. He's still wearing the hood and the shorts. That's his thing. He needs a gimmick. If you're a senator and you need a gimmick, maybe you shouldn't be in the Senate. I mean, shouldn't the Senate be your gimmick? Shouldn't that be your thing? Then we have old man Joe, kind of staying low these days. He's traveling around. I'm good to do these 5 days and 5 country tours. I mean, it's the same guy who fell asleep at an event in Hawaii 2 weeks ago, but he's okay. He went out before he went, and he was talking about the infrastructure. He was there with Pete Buttigieg. He was there with Mayor Pete Buttigieg, and he says, here we go. I'm going to introduce Secretary Bootyjuice. Secretary Bootyjuice? You actually introducing a gay man? A homosexual is Bootyjuice? Joe, how do you really think, Joe? I think something slipped out there, Joe. Equality for everybody, but you can't quite keep it together, Joe. And then Kamala jumped on ship and she said, hey, Joe's ever feeling bad, I'm ready to step right in. I'd rather have Bootyjuice step in. I'd rather have one of my squirrels step in. She may be a worse choice than old man Joe. I'm just saying. I have no faith in any of these people. The two-party system is an abject failure all over the place. I got one for you here. Wife of the year. Human being of the year. Woman's husband gets terminal cancer. Woman's husband gets terminal cancer and she divorces him. Why did she divorce him? The dynamics of our relationship have changed and he could no longer take care of me. He has terminal cancer. I guess better or worse, health, sickness, not in those vows. Can you imagine being such a crap-ass person, being such a horrible, horrible human being that your spouse, who you marry, gets terminal cancer? You say, yeah, I'm out of here. Dynamics have changed. Really? I mean, wife of the year. I mean, this is the difference between men and women. I don't understand. I'm sorry, you know what? That is not fair. Because 99% of the women would stay with their man. I apologize to all women. Liberals can't tell me what a woman is, but all women, I apologize, except that 1% who are miserable, horrible human beings, may not top this lunatic, though. It really is. Absolutely nuts. Pregnant woman, down south somewhere, I can't remember what state it was. She robs a liquor store, or whatever store it was. She robs a store, the police are trying to apprehend her. She gets in a car, she locks the door, she refuses to open the door, they're trying to get her out. She's saying no way. Cops in front of the car with his gun drawn. She hits the accelerator, she hit him. The cop shot her. She died. Unfortunately, the baby died. But it wasn't the police officer's fault. She made a choice to hit the police officer with a car. She hit him with a car. But you know why the police officer shot her? She was black. Not that she was avoiding the police. Not that she was fleeing. Not that she wasn't complying. Not that she hit the officer with her car. But only because she's black and now we need justice. Really? Out here where we live, out in Suffolk County, they did a whole bunch of redistricting. So when they did this redistricting, there was this gentleman a black man, decided he was going to run. So the bylaws state clearly you cannot run for office if you do not live in the district. However, when they redistricted, some of the people who hold office are no longer in the district. They grandfathered those people in and they can continue running as long as they don't lose. If they ever lose the seat, they can no longer run again for that district. But they grandfathered them in. Very common practice. grandfathering. I mean, we don't call it grandmothering. There's probably somebody who just got their panties in a bunch because I said grandfathering. But they grandfathered it, and the guy's out screaming and yelling. He said if he wasn't a black guy, this wouldn't have happened. So because you're black, we're not supposed to follow the rules? I swear I am so sick of everything not being about the rules and about people's actions. Everything isn't about color. Everything isn't about color. It isn't. I do not have a white privilege card. I don't. I've never had it. Never had it. I wish I did. I could have used it when I was younger, man. I wish my son had it because we pay $1 zillion for college. Oh, man. It's horrible because it makes everyone else look bad in that community. It makes everyone else look bad in that community. It's absolutely insane. Not as insane as what's going on in New York. Mayor Adams is talking about the illegal immigrant situation is going to drive him broke. You shouldn't have invited him in, you dumbass. This is on you, Adams. You thought you would be the hero, a big liberal Democrat, and now you're tearing everything down. However, that's not the best. So, if you know anything about fentanyl, I really wasn't a big fentanyl. I don't know anything about it, but I was reading an article that a pinhead size of fentanyl is enough to kill somebody. So New York City, in their infinite wisdom, said, you know what? If you're going to be doing illegal drugs, we're going to give you test strips so you can test your illegal drugs for fentanyl. Really? This is what we're doing? We're giving out crack pipes. We're giving crackheads and drug users a spot to use their crack and drugs safely. We're giving out needles. Now we're giving out test strips. I mean, has the war of drugs really changed? So let's just give people drugs and keep them alive? I mean, I don't understand. Shouldn't the movement be to not get these drugs here? Well, just test them. If they're going to do the drugs, let's keep them alive. I mean, once again, actions have consequences. I don't want anybody to die, but you know what? That's it. Oh, at work the other day, some woman, very nice, she comes out, she goes, hey, Angry. Whew. You know how I absorb other people's energy, and now I'm feeling very negative. I was just sitting with some negative people, so I need to take a breath and reframe. For a second, I was a loss for words. Anybody knows me, that's pretty tough. So I looked at her and I said, I hope you find a nice one. Can you imagine? She had to reframe. She's never going to see this, though. Looks exactly the way you think. Really is crazy. Couple of studies that were done recently. If you hate body odor, you're more likely to have right-wing views. So does that mean people on the left, liberals, they like body odor? I mean, I don't know anybody who likes body odor. It's not a scent. It's disgusting, but it's insane. Now, the other study was just as interesting, that pregnant women are more adverse, and it's no good for them in extreme heat over 103 degrees. Who's 103 degrees good for? I don't know. Reptiles? I'm not sure. What human being says 103 is great? Another one. Liberals. Menstruation is not a women's problem. Not only a women's problem. This one I believe. Sometimes it's a man's problem. Just saying. Oh my gosh. With that one, I'm going to say, listen. Go out. Find your loved one. Give them a big hug. This is all nonsense. Love your people. Tell them you love them. 3 most important words in the English language or any language at all. I love you. Tomorrow is no guarantee. And listen, if you have a football fantasy draft and it's $500 for food, don't bring me 4 pizzas, man. And Dave, stop suspending the draft. But go find your people. Tell them you love them. Cheers, everybody. I'll see you next week. And I got it down.